Yeah. Well, and then she was saying, I mean, everything Sui said was fucking stupid as hell. And then Anita comes out saying, well, see what happens when, you know, when a woman speaks out. I'm like, see what happens. I mean, she's just a fucking idiot. Oh, did you drop?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah, she's
still
just,
here.
what she said is stupid no matter what. I mean, what does Anita want a world where you can just say any dumb thing and just get the proverbial pussy pass out of it? It's
Yep.
like...
Yeah, you have the right genitals there for what you said wasn't profoundly stupid.
Who's... Oh, that's one of our... Okay. Okay, they don't want a driver, they just want... Oh, shit. Fuck. I'm glad that this game doesn't... that I don't know where to find the kill death stats, because I don't want to look at them ever. Here, I'll be the company medic. I'll just use my link gun to heal.
I'll be the frag whore, you know, the guy who just lets everyone else kill him so that their stats look good.
Red power node under construction.
Look at this ass. Oh, did I get him? Somebody got him.
Red power node destroyed.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into what the hell happened to Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh, please don't.
It really is just kind of depressing though that, like you were saying, there's just so little justice in that. Yeah, that basically, she comes along, makes some bullshit claims. Look, the whole world's against me.
Yeah.
Simply because I said something nasty about men, and then she ends up with... it wouldn't surprise me if it's like the six-figure job, and
yeah. And what?
And no one will dare say anything against her because that means that they're with the misogynists.
Yeah. Have you?
You're either with us or you're with the misogynists.
Do you watch Game of Thrones at all?
I watched the first series, but and it wasn't. Yeah, I'd like to catch up with the rest. I've just not had a chance yet.
Oh, okay. Did they have the Red Woman in the first season? Oh, they must. Yeah, the woman with the Melisandre with the red hair, and nobody speaks against her, or she has them burned alive. that reminds me of the
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know which weapon I'm using. Yeah, that reminds me of this. It's like, okay, well, if you disagree, if you call an idiot, and that idiot has a vagina, then it's
you're
unfair.
a misogynist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm sorry, like Sui saying, oh, well, only white people can be racist. That's not even a gender issue. And when she's criticized for it, a white woman will say, oh, well, see what happens when... It's like, no, every race can be racist. As a matter of fact, she's a Korean. I mean, ask Koreans, Japanese, and Chinese what they all think of each other, and you'll hear a fucking earful like you wouldn't believe. You know? And
it's just like... It's like Europe, you know, everyone sort of hates their neighbours.
Yeah.
Yeah, although
just not enough to go to war these days.
It's a lot more edgy when you get to Asia. You know, I mean, in Europe, it's sort of almost sort of tongue-in-cheek, sort of, you know, everyone's sort of called the pejorative after their national dish. So the French call us the roast beefs.
Yeah.
The Germans call us island apes. which I always thought was quite funny. But
yeah, but you're right. With different continental Europeans and people in the Isles, it's like soccer teams. Your nationality. I mean, they kind of tongue-in-cheek hate each other, but with East Asians, it's real. It's a real thing.
Yeah, they got a long history on that. Yeah, and the one that always struck me is you take a look at some of the Bruce Lee films.
Yeah.
And they're really pretty ugly in their racism. You know,
Well, I just watched.
It really is quite literally like the what was it? The almost the Nazi type stereotypes of the Jews. You know, it's the evil, cheating Chinese versus the valiant, heroic, noble Japanese.
Well, and then vice versa. I just watched the Rift Tracks version of Fist of Fury, and the Japanese are, it's that similar. They're all hate mongers, you know.
Yep.
Even
Yeah,
even more recently,
cheap.
yeah, none of them have any sense of honor. Right. I mean, and I'm not standing in judgment really, because I mean it's competitive with what you'd find during the Cold War. You know, you'd get a movie where the brave American hero slaughters the dishonorable Russians. So it's not like I'm just.
Yeah.
But I mean, the point is that every culture had this, and especially like there was a movie more recently called Warriors of the Rainbow, and its portrayal of Japanese was like the cliched. It's like the Nazis in Wolfenstein, basically. But then they also can't fight worth a damn. You know what I mean? It's like they just get butchered. Like none of them have any. These Aboriginal Taiwanese guys just kill them by droves, and they're helpless and incompetent. Yeah, so I mean, everybody hates everyone else when you really get down to it. So. The reason she says that about white people is, first of all, she's stupid, but second of all, that's just her. She's speaking only to her experience. You know, she's experienced the American thing where she's a minority. She's obviously never lived anywhere else, but everybody hates everyone else.
That's the sort of hilarious bit, is just how sheltered she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she really does just come across as the rich kid, and this is basically her hobby.
Yeah.
Right? Right, the way that she finds her value in the world is, oh, look how much I support these poor non-white people.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that, you know. It's.
There's a guy here called Dr. Titties. I'm gonna file a complaint against him.
What else we got?
It's obviously a him, Dr. Titties.
Yes.
Because you know.
Oh, this is the other thing.
Because women can't be doctors, we all know.
Yes. Or she crashes the vehicle a lot, so she must be a woman.
Yeah. Oh, I actually think I got you, or at least I scored a hit against you.
Yep, someone did.
It was probably someone else who scooped in, but at least I heard the sound of me shooting and hitting.
Blue power node under construction. Blue power node destroyed.
The bio rifle is it like a little, almost like a mine laying weapon?
Yeah, but it's really short-lived and really crappy. Almost the only thing it's only good for is doing damage to when cores are powering up and you want to destroy them fairly quick. It does quite a lot of damage, but it's almost impossible to hit anything with it.
Okay.
Plus, so they when they blow up, they do as much damage to you as they do to anyone else. So.
Oh, I finally got. Oh, that thing almost took my head off. I finally got a lock on with the Avril.
It's actually quite tricky on this map because there aren't that many vehicles, and almost the only vehicle you come across is like the what's it called, the Manta, and it moves so bloody quick that if it's piloted by someone who's good, and the chances are on this map it is, your chance of hitting them are pretty slim.
I'm shooting into the fray with the sniper rifle. I don't know if I'll hit anything because there's so much smoke and shit. Is the sniper rifle a hit scan weapon, or is it got a projectile?
No, it's basically direct line of fire, I think.
I'm talking about. Oh, there. I think. I don't know if I killed that person or not. You killed me. Okay, so.
I have no idea if I did.
No, it showed me the message that you killed someone. So, yeah. Okay, now sniper rifle's out. Oh, I got more. I'm gonna get in the fray though. Yeah, there was so much smoke when I was looking through that scope. It was ridiculous.
Quite often, yeah, it's almost wasted time.
Oh, boom! I got someone direct hit with a rocket. Nice.
Lots of little pieces.
What about the grenade launcher? How does that?
So you can fire like 6 grenades off, and then you alt fire to explode them all at once. So you can, do quite a lot of damage with that.
Yeah, I thought it was this. They exploded on their own, so I've been using that in the most ineffective possible way. Yeah, this has a little bit of Ratchet and Clank in it with some of the weapons. There's probably gonna be so many I actually watched in preparation for this. I watched an actual like an esports level competition between 2 players. Best out of it was whoever got 7 kills first. And man, these guys are just both like ninjas. It was ridiculous. I don't think I could ever.
This is the other crazy thing is that when if you're playing one-on-one, yeah, the difference between losing 7-0 and winning 7-0's not that much. Yeah,
well, this guy turned it around. He was 2 kills down when the video started, and then got 7 like in a row. It was turned the tables so quickly.
Yeah, so when it's like low player densities and such, like it's all about sort of controlling the mega armor and all that sort of shit.
Too much smoke, can't see. Firing anyway.
Meanwhile, I'm here all alone versus about 6 blue guys, and I'm dead. Yeah. And at that, I think that means we're gonna lose the. Oh no, someone got it.
This has actually been a really protracted fight.
Yeah. So my guess is this one will go down to extra time, because at the moment there's just no way that.
Have you seen the videos put up by that guy, the Santa Barbara shooter?
Oh yeah, that was that guy had issues.
Yeah, well, and you know they of course said, oh well, look, we can turn this into political hay, and they started.
Everyone,
yeah.
You know, he was this, that, he was the other.
Yeah.
And none of it really gelled. I mean, it was basically a guy who was obviously had social issues.
Yeah.
Obviously, very frustrated about not getting laid, and yeah, I mean, very, very tragic. But well, yeah, you know, I find it pretty distasteful just how everyone wanted to turn it into. You know, he was an anti-feminist or whatever. Whereas I didn't see any of that. I mean, it was basically he had no agenda other than he wanted to get laid and never got laid.
Yeah, that's not the same thing as
therefore he was taking his revenge on the world that rejected him. Yeah. And it really did look like, you know, he was the what's it called, the supervillain out of The Incredibles. Yeah. You know, there were these times when he's sort of trying to do this evil laugh. Yeah. Now I will have my revenge.
Sarahon was saying that somebody posted some of the guy's vids, and Sarahon was just taking the piss out of him like it was just some. He started commenting not knowing what had happened, and so he's like, yeah, this guy's a complete douche. This is hilarious. And honestly, I watched a bunch of that guy's vids.
I wouldn't have believed it. You know, I mean, yeah, absolutely. If you'd have said, oh yeah, by the way, this guy's going to kill. So, you know, he's going to go out after this video and kill 7 people.
I would have told you, no, he's just, this is an act, you know, or this is some really avant-garde anti-humor. That's what I would have thought. Or like he's uploading his vids and doesn't realize we can see him, or whatever, maybe it's a character. Yeah, his acting is so bad, and it's not acting.
I mean, it really was. Yeah, every now and again he would try and throw in an evil laugh, and it just looked so. It looked so contrived, so forced.
Yeah, exactly. But apparently he was legit.
Yeah, and it really is
with
this
a very high
sort of
degree of certainty at this point.
I mean, I suppose it's inevitable. You know, you will get some crazies who you can't tell. It's Poe's laws basically applied to crazies, that you can't tell the people who are just pretending to be crazy from the people who are crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know what it reminded me of it, and I'm not saying that Sui's gonna go postal, but it's actually us talking about Sui that reminds me, because it's always these. He's always talking about how unfair life is, and everyone who like would take a look at his life, except for his personality, would say you have most things going for you. Life hasn't been unfair.
Yeah, I mean, looked at it like that, it really is Sui Park all over.
Yeah.
In that, he was clearly the rich kid. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not saying Sui's
everything going.
I'm not saying Sui's gonna go psycho. I'm just saying they have this one thing in common. Because what I hated about this guy is after he did the whole killing spree thing, people were saying, "Oh well, this is just typical. This is an outgrowth of chauvinist male attitudes." I'm like, well, if you believe that, you're fucking retarded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'll be the
spoiled rich kid attitude, maybe. Yeah.
Well, it's like okay,
certainly, but
yeah, it was ridiculous. But he was saying, "Oh well, life has been so unfair to me." I'm like, "No, life hasn't been unfair in terms of the hand that you've been dealt. You're just bad at life."
What was the car that he was driving on his shooting spree? Some sort of BMW, this, that, or the other?
Yeah, and he's photographing him. I mean, he's taking pictures of himself, and that's the other thing. The other person he reminds me of, and I hate to bring this up talking to you because I know there's so much history. But it has to be said, he reminds me of fucking Dawa Films. He could be Dawa Films' long-lost fucking brother. If they make the Elliot Rodger biography on, you know, A&E and they need an actor to play him, they should just hire Kevin.
Actually, certainly in physical appearance, they look fairly samey, yeah?
Yeah, it's creepy.
And yeah, the other things is his delivery. You know, that sort of arrogance, the smug arrogance that.
And the whole supervillain thing. It's like all Elliot needs is a hookah, and that's it. He's Dawa Films. They're so eerily similar, and who knows? Maybe again, Dawa Films is just a harmless weirdo. But you know, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be another Tony 48219 or Elliot.
Well, I mean, Dawa Films, I always thought had
anger-ish. I mean,
oh no, I mean he knew he had anger issues. I mean, later on, it was bloody crazy that he was claiming that YouTube was turning him to something that he wasn't. No, that's exactly who you were, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the way he constantly blames other people for his behavior is what I think is the biggest red flag of all. The way he says, well, I don't want to say these things, but blah, 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 people are mean to me and I don't have a choice. That seems to me like a trait typical of a lot of sociopaths. And Elliot says it all the time in his vids. He says, oh, you know, this is, you know, you brought it on yourselves. You didn't give me, you know, that kind of, it's not exactly what he says, but if you listen to it, it's a lot of that kind of stuff. It's like, well, you know, it's always blaming his victims before oh shit, I just got mobbed by like 4 red guys. Yeah, it's this constant need to say, well, my behavior is the fault of other people, and that's not healthy in any context, but I think it's especially common or, you know, indicative of someone who's a complete sociopath and just says, you know, is preparing themselves, mentally preparing themselves to not take any accountability for the things that they do.